Hello YouTube world. Well, today is day 10 and it is meant to be summer outside, but I've just seen a news report that says that not only is it going to be cold where I live, but not far from where I live, it's going to snow. That's right, snow in the middle of winter. I mean, not the middle of winter, in the middle of summer. You expect it in the middle of winter, but no, it's happening in the middle of summer. So yesterday was a beautiful day, and I had friends over and they were sitting out in my backyard enjoying the sunshine. And today it's cold, and not only is it cold, but up about, I think it's about an hour and a half from where I live, it's gonna snow today. And that's just like mind-boggling. You know, it's the middle of summer and it's gonna snow on the Alps. Or I think they call them Alps here, I'm not sure. I know they're mountains. So, you know, Mount Buller, who should be in grass at the moment, is going to get snow. So that's kind of interesting. It makes you wonder what is actually happening with our seasons, because we used to have 4 seasons in one day, and some days we still have that. Being Melbourne, you expect that. But winter in summer, I don't think I've ever heard of it snowing in summertime before. So hopefully that means that we're definitely out of our drought, and I'm hoping it doesn't mean more floods though. There was quite a few floods last year in Queensland and in Victoria around Christmas time, and even this Christmas some country town, Victoria towns, had flood. Yes, I don't know why I'm doing that, I just felt like doing it. Anyway, quite random. I am looking forward to going to the nursing home tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and I'm checking out a new nursing home for my grandparents. So at the moment they have a placement which my grandmother could go straight into if we like the venue. So there is a position that my grandmother could go straight into, and there is a position coming up shortly that my grandfather can go into. So Mum and I are going to go and check it out tomorrow, and hopefully it's as good as it looks on the website, because if it does, we're going to transfer Nana and Pa's going to go in there, and that'll end my time looking after Pa, which has been a very big learning curve. However, they will finally be back together again, which is what they want. It's probably been really difficult for them. This is the first time since they were married. They were married at 18, they are now 86. It's the first time they've actually lived separated. I don't even think they've had a night away from home except if they've gone into hospital, and usually they'll visit all day and leave right on closing and be back first thing. So I guess in that regard it's been quite difficult for them. And my grandmother has, I guess she's mellowed in the last couple of weeks, and she knows I've been trying to reunite them, so she's not as aggressive with me, which is really great. Speaking of that, when I went to the nursing home today, oh my god, it was like crazy zone in there today. There was one of the patients kept sliding down her wheelchair. 5 minutes they'd put her up and then she'd slide down. And yeah, so they've been constantly doing that with her all day today. Another one, he is missing a leg. He had it amputated. First it was his foot, then up to his knee, and now it's right up the top. Being diabetic, it's hard to heal those injuries, but he thinks that he can stand still, so he's forever trying to get out of his chair. The crazy lady that slaps and hits people all the time, she was really good today, so that was quite interesting. And there was another lady who does not speak a word of English. She used to, but she doesn't speak English, and she's quite aggressive and is just determined and has a little heart set on what she wants to do, and there's no stopping her. And if you try and stop her, the staff try and stop her, she just screams the place down. So she was up and around, and I'm pretty sure I've either seen her with a stroller or in a wheelchair before, but today she's holding onto the rails a lot of the hallways have rails, so she's holding onto that and walking on her own steam, and she wouldn't hear of using anything else. So it was quite interesting. The staff looked a bit harassed today, which gave me peace of mind, because I thought I was the only one who felt harassed. And I had a bit of a laugh with one of the staff members, and she was like, "What?" And I go, "I thought it was only me." And she goes, "What?" And I go, "I have some days it's just me and Pa, and he's up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and looking for stuff and can't find it and getting grumpy, and it's just a never-ending cycle, and I feel really harassed and I'm over it, and I just want to speak, curtly to him. And I said, so it's nice to actually see it happening in the nursing home for a change, because I thought it was just me. So that was kind of good for me, and I just watched Tracy, Dr. Tracy, who did the Right Living program. I watched a message she just did about empowerment, and I was like, yeah, right on. I don't know where the "yeah, right on" come from, because it's pretty hippie, isn't it? But yeah, I really enjoyed what she said about empowerment being sexy, and I never really understood that before. It was either you were powerful or you were sexy. But empowerment, that's like a completely different thing. That's being yourself and still being sexy. And it wasn't about having emotional baggage. It wasn't about all the little bits and pieces that make us crappy. It was be your best, be empowered, and you'll be sexy. And I'm like, oh, why did I think of that? And a lot of the time, people nowadays think sexy is half naked and flirting, or it's even just flirting, and it was really refreshing to see a different mindset on that. So all you girls out there who think you're not sexy because you're not half naked and you're not flirty, if you are not holding on to baggage and you are being the best that you can be, and you're not thinking about, oh, where's my next dollar coming from, where's my money coming from, and things like that, then you too, by default, will be sexy. So that's it for me today. I didn't really have much to talk about today because I'm tired. Have had insomnia for the last couple of days, which just doesn't help. And at 8 o'clock when my alarm goes off to get up and make Pa breakfast, this morning I must admit it was pretty difficult to get out of bed. I still did, and I'll probably still be awake till midnight, 1 a.m. again tonight. But before I forget, the great thing is I'm doing a Bachelor of Communications. Why I started it now, I don't know, because it was just a dumb idea, but I sent one of my assignments through to the lecturer to get looked at, and I thought, I don't know if I'm doing it right. Anyway, she sent it back to me and said, I'm on the right track, I'm doing really well, I just need to reference everything properly. And she told me where to look to find out the correct technique, because obviously for a uni essay, which I've never done before, you have to set it out correctly, and you have to have the references done in a particular way and down the bottom and all that. So anyway, so that's great. And one of the other subjects, I misread the information, and I had started doing the work in that group, but then I thought for some reason it was the other class that I'm doing, and I posted in the other class on all the other class, not in my actual subject where it was getting marked. So I messaged them today and said, I've stuffed it up hardcore, and they just said to me, look, just send us what you've done and we'll take that into consideration. So hopefully she understood what I meant when I said I posted in the wrong class. I hope she realises that it was about the other class. I didn't put the same, that topic into another class. I just did the work in the another class, if that makes sense, because that's really confusing. But yeah, basically we had to do discussion group communication, and I did it on one subject where it's not getting marked, when I should have been doing on this subject where it is getting marked, because for some reason over Christmas I forgot which group I was meant to be doing it in. It happens. Anyway, it's my first semester, so hopefully that's all right. All that will happen is that either I fail that class and have to redo it, which is no big drama, or I fix it up and it's all good. So I'm going to send off what I've got and negotiate with them, and maybe do another piece of work to show work for that. So hopefully between all the negotiations will it be able to come to some sort of resolution, because communication is the key. Use your words, people. Use it clearly and precisely. Listen and understand and ask questions, because that's how the world runs. Don't make assumptions, because when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. Everyone knows that, and if you don't know that and haven't heard that before, you've just learned something new. Anyway, why am I pointing today? I've got a pointing thing going on. Anyway, it must be a new moon coming. So, my boyfriend's mate, who was never going to have kids, has a son now, Ollie, who's 1 month old, and he's so excited to be a dad. I'm hoping that rubs off on Damien, because that'd be bloody awesome. Anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow.